Have you ever run into this situation? On a perfectly good day, you grab your cordless drill, start working, and then, out of nowhere, it just stops. No warning, no error, nothing. What makes it even more confusing is that the battery was charged not long ago. Trust me, staring at a silent drill like that is enough to make anyone with a few years of hands-on experience scratch their head. Today, let's break down what's really going on behind that sudden shutdown. But if you look a little closer, there's something odd. You press the trigger and the battery light doesn't come on at all. So what's really going on here? At this point, you can't be sure it's the drill. Try installing another good battery first and test it again. After installing another battery, the drill works normally again. This clearly suggests the problem is most likely with the original battery. To make it clear that nothing here is staged or manipulated, this time I'm using a dedicated charger to test the battery properly. The method is simple but very telling. When you plug the battery into the charger, if the indicator light comes on and changes color, that means the battery is still fine. But if there's no light, no color change, and no response at all, then it's a strong sign that the battery is already faulty. When you plug the battery into the charger and the indicator light doesn't change from green to red, that's no longer normal behavior. It means the charger isn't recognizing the battery, which strongly suggests there's an internal issue. After finishing the check, I'll mark it right away to avoid any confusion or losing track later on. As for this battery, the light switches from green to red the moment it's plugged in. That makes the difference crystal clear. Does that feel more convincing now? The first step is to remove the outer cover of the battery. Go ahead and do this part first. I'll explain the exact reason behind it in a moment. In reality, this issue isn't as serious as many people tend to think. One of the most common causes is leaving the battery fully drained for a long period without recharging it, which can lead to sudden shutdowns. This can happen whether the battery has been used for many years or is still relatively new. Another factor that's often overlooked is cleanliness. Dust and debris can slowly build up inside the battery over time, and that buildup plays a bigger role than you might expect in causing unstable performance and problems like this. Cleaning with multi-purpose oil combined with sandpaper is the right choice, because it helps remove oxidation, dust, and long-term buildup on the contacts. This method cleans effectively while restoring good electrical contact, reducing the risk of unstable power or sudden cutoffs during use. Using a cotton swab makes it much easier to reach into the smallest corners, cleaning spots that larger tools or fingers can't easily access. It looks like everything is clean now, so I'll move on to restoring the battery right away. You're probably already familiar with these two metal rings. At this step, simply place them into the correct slots for the positive and negative terminals of the removable battery, making sure everything is properly aligned for stable contact and proper operation. Next, I'm reusing an old laptop charger that's still functional. I keep only the positive and negative power leads I need, while removing the extra ground wire so everything stays cleaner and easier to handle during the process. In my hand are two alligator clips. I'll connect them to the two wires I just split, since these clips make it quick and secure to hook onto the metal rings on the battery. Everything is now ready to be connected to the power source for recovery. This step may take a bit of time, but the safest approach is to disconnect the power and check every 15 seconds. That way you stay in control and avoid any unwanted surprises. On this final power off, I'd say the recovery was successful. Of course, the actual result still depends on the condition of each person's battery and tool. To see how effective this really is, I'll plug it back into the charger and check it again. This time, everything looks good. The battery is working again. However, to be sure it's truly stable, it still needs to be fully charged and tested further. I can confidently say that we've succeeded. A battery that seemed done for can often be saved with the right approach. I hope this video helps you feel more confident in similar situations.